Taurus, this is going to be your bi-weekly love check-in. This is for my Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, and for the cross watchers. If you guys enjoy this, give me a like, share, comment. It does help out my channel. If you are new here, on this channel I combine tarot and my channeling with universal law of assumption and manifesting and mindset to actually look into your situation with a specific person, a dynamic, the energy, and actually help you to shift your focus to get a different, result, or tweak things if you would like. So if that's your bag, then stick with me. And I also have a whole course on manifesting. You can check it out. I've linked it in the bio. So let's get into it. I'm going to do a check-in, Taurus, on the person on your mind. How do they feel about you? How do you feel about them? And a projected potential. Why I say it is because all potentials exist at once, guys. Universal law of assumption, creation is finished. Everything exists in the now. Everyone is you pushed out. Your desires are meant for you. So if you would like to have a version of a person, a different version, it's absolutely accessible, or anyone you want, basically. So if you want to manifest this differently, it just requires a shift in your state of consciousness, the version of Taurus that you're being, like your identity, and a shift in your dominant thoughts and assumptions, beliefs pushed out about said specific person, okay? So let's get into it. How does the person on Taurus's mind feel? Okay, we've got a Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck. It's like maybe crossroads, like a decision needs to be made, a plan needs to be made. Some of you are dealing with a person where travel's involved because this is the Rider-Waite. So I saw the World card. We've got Five of Pentacles. Okay, some of you are dealing with a person that's at a crossroads and a decision needs to be made because there's been losses financially. So that could be an issue. There's some kind of plan being made work-wise. And for some of you also, it's like a decision needs to be made because there's a little coldness between you and this person. So let me have a look. We've got the Empress card. That's you, Taurus, in the reverse. Page of Wands in the reverse. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Ten of Wands is in the overall with the Death card. Okay, Taurus, so there's some kind of an issue here where it's like there's a need for transformation or an end to something that's weighing down on this person, at least in this check-in, guys. So we can shift it. I'm going to get to you in a sec. So the version that you're experiencing now from where you've been focused and how they've shown up. I mean, it looks like there's burdens here. Some of you are dealing with a situation with someone that, yes, is burdened because there's career issues going on. The Seven of Pentacles is in the reverse. So whatever foundation they've built, it could be that things are not building in the way that they would like. And so there's this issue to do with actually investing in the situation or really nurturing the connection. I mean, Page of Wands in the reverse can also be a little bit of immaturity. Maybe there's flirtation between the two of you, but not much more. Page of Wands in the reverse, maybe there's frustration around that, Taurus. I mean, because this is your energy. Now, the Empress card in the reverse is also, giving and receiving love, and there could be a bit of this imbalance, like this person is not really feeling competent or hasn't been really nurturing the situation, like for reasons to do with a lot of responsibility or burdens. Let me have a look at this Empress card in the reverse. Yeah, Eight of Cups. I mean, for some of you, Taurus, that's that Two of Wands and the Five of Pentacles I saw at the beginning. It could be that this is at a crossroads and it's like there's a need to kind of transform something, or they may have this feeling like you're kind of wanting to disconnect or walk away. Some of you, that's a fear this person has of not being able to sustain the connection. Three of Swords. So that's like hurt feelings potentially between the two of you. Why do we have that Three of Swords, Taurus? Ace of Swords. There's a need to communicate and work through something that's caused some pain. Now, there's some of you that this person is like trying to they're weighed down by a situation, like they may have built a foundation with someone else. Sorry, Taurus. And I don't think that this person is necessarily present, but the Three of Swords is like heartbreak, and the Seven of Pentacles is like some foundation was built. It's not moving forward. And for this person, they may have been left or abandoned in some kind of a way. And so like they're weighed down by that end. And, you could be dealing with a person where it's flirty and fun, but they're not, they may have said to you, Taurus, in the recent perceived past that they're not ready for like a full relationship or something like that, okay? Guys, again, I don't really care what anyone says. I'm different to other readers or has said in a recent perceived past, because people can literally flip it moment by moment by shifting you. That's law of assumption or universal law, guys, or your identity being reflected back to you. So if you have a situation where you want this person to be committed to you and they've just been flirty or they said they're not ready, well, it's just one reflection. It's one version of a person. So we need to shift the story. They still want to talk to you and clarify something. It may be that this burden, this is what's weighing on this situation, that they're not really investing or nurturing in your situation because there seems to be an element of unreadiness, and that's hurt your feelings, Taurus. They might be aware of that. I mean, Ace of Swords, the Star card, if there's hurt feelings in this check-in, it looks like they have hope for the situation. They want to clarify the situation. They want to heal the situation with you. I mean, let's get one more on this Three of Swords. Hanged Man, they want to come out of being stuck. Okay, why do we have Eight of Cups? Yeah, they want to come out of being stuck. It's been very stuck. They also may be sensing, Taurus, that this sort of like indecision or stagnancy is having you sort of withdraw. And so they do want to clarify things. They want to have a conversation with you about it, okay? Now, we need to be more concerned, Taurus, about you, because I already explained in the opening, you can shift moment by moment by moment. So this is not even going to be relevant in a moment if you shift. But regardless, this is some kind of a clarity or a truth coming through. And what are they, trying to release with this Hanged Man in the reverse? All this confusion and mixed feelings around literally how I started, the Two of Wands, direction forward, okay? Some kind of a plan needing to be made. And some of you, like just things feel very mixed or confusing. So this is like wanting to clarify, and the confusion, maybe there's been a bit of mixed signals or whatever, and maybe flirtation, but not much more. And so they want to come out of that, and maybe they're trying to get themselves unstuck with some other issue outside. Like I said, heartbreak, or financial issue, like I said, okay, this person feeling like, a little bit, getting a bit of an immature energy, Taurus, okay? Now, listen, again, that's an assumption and association, so we can literally change it. We have a Queen of Wands here, so they do find you attractive, Taurus, and I did say that, there's flirtation, but, and there's maybe a hope to move things along, but they're just feeling like Two of Swords, still a little bit stuck and indecisive, and then they're also aware that they need to make some kind of a plan or be clear or clarify confusion between the two of you. Otherwise, maybe they feel like you're going to disconnect. Now, don't take anything I say as solid, literally, guys. And if it's not your reading, it's not your reading. But we've got Scorpio energy, Aquarius energy, Pisces energy, Taurus, Libra energy. So how does Taurus feel about this person? Knight of Pentacles. You feel like they're a little slow to offer anything serious, and this could have been going on for a little while, okay? How do you feel? See, Empress, but in the upright, so that is your energy. So the embodiment of the Empress, receiving love, giving and receiving love, that's what you want. You also want something that is, where there's growth and expansion. And then you've got Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse would be like you don't want any more back and forth or confusion probably. So that might be a mutual thing going on energetically. Let's have a look. We've got Nine of Wands, you've got the Page of Cups, and you've got the High Priestess in reverse. You feel like it's all a bit mysterious, and there's a sense of wanting to come out of that. I mean, High Priestess is an intuitive connection, but there's a little bit of this like things that need to come to light and be revealed, right? And that might be because it's just not clear. It seems flirty. You've got the Nine of Wands here. So Taurus, if I was really going to like actually do what I think helps, okay? So more like a problem solver than a focusing on this like as fixed energy. The Nine of Wands is like the wounded warrior, okay? So there's a guard a little bit. So for you, Taurus, because everyone is you pushed out, and that's how I do it on my channel, I mean, look, you've got a page here. You might feel like this person, they can be emotional, but it feels a little small and you feel confused and you're not, it's a mystery how they really feel about you, and then you feel quite guarded. So there's something, because I saw that Empress card, about you accepting that you are enough and that this person sees you as Empress and wants you. And if you feel like that it's confusing or a mystery, well, Taurus, just snap out of it and be like, no, it's not a mystery. They're crazy about me. It's not about chasing or forcing. Guys, it's a state of consciousness. So shift your focus to being the version of you. That's how it is. That's who you are. Okay. I mean, this is a playful, nice energy. I'm going to get some oracle cards regardless to see what's going on, like some details around this. High Priestess in the reverse, so it also could sometimes feel just like, yeah, mystery, and you want to get out of this sense of mystery, but you're a little guarded about it because maybe you're doubting it, or something that they have said, or the way they have shown up in, again, guys, in one version, because we shift all the time unless we persist in the same focused way or stick to the same assumption about a person. You may have this kind of assumption that they're guarded, or they're not ready, or they're unhealed because of something. I mean, they may have even told you, oh, I'm so hurt by something, or, you know, I'm not over like some pain or whatever it is. But Taurus, you're making that an issue or a condition in your own reality. Okay, so if you're new, you can go and explore a little bit on what I'm talking about, learn about universal law, etc. But that's the thing. Now, you need to change your dominant thoughts and assumptions about who they are in your reality and who you are. And you can check out the Q&A that I've linked in the description box of the video, where you can see inside my course Shifted, where I address this very issue, where we get rid of old awareness that's connected to an old identity, shift our assumptions about a person. That's going to show up in accordance with those assumptions if we persist with our new thoughts and assumptions. Yeah, you've got a Knight of Wands in the reverse. So Taurus, you think like there's attraction and chemistry. These you know, the Page of Wands in the reverse, the Knight of Wands in the reverse, like it seems to come round and round. I mean, Six of Swords, it's like you don't want to disconnect from this person, and it can be playful, but the Knight of Wands in the reverse, it can be a bit stop-start maybe. It's a bit confusing. Maybe you do feel attraction with one another. It's just confusing, okay? Yeah, and King of Cups in the reverse, you might have also an assumption this person doesn't really open up emotionally. Okay, now there's a Page here, so that it can be sweet, like there is some emotion, but the King of Cups in reverse is not the emotionally mature king. It's like, you know, so you might have an association that, you know, maybe you question, does this person love you? Do they really want you? We do have Three of Pentacles. Some of you, you work with this person, or you're connected to this person through your work or your career. Or Taurus, it's like maybe you're just so confused, like, are we on the same page? Can we get on the same page? Now, I like to empower my audience and say they are on the same page. You decide. If you wait for them to choose and change, well, you haven't changed your perception, and you're going to get the same. You're giving your power away. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. So you're not committed to this person, Taurus, and there's an Ace of Swords, but it's in the reverse. They've got an Ace of Swords in the upright. So there's a communication in this check-in, guys. And here you're feeling very unclear, and it's just, you know, it's a mystery. You do want the clarity with this High Priestess card in the reverse. You probably want to have that conversation. Maybe you're waiting on them to give you the clarity. Now, there's an Ace of Swords here, so you're communicating with this person, Taurus. But I would say to you, you have to decide mentally with your state what your end is, okay, and stick to it with persistence, because a person coming forward and having a conversation or communication with you is going to be, one version is going to be one thing and another is going to be another, depending on your state and your assumptions and your perceptions of them and what you're expecting. Okay, assumption. It must be validated. So you need to stick to the assumption. If you want them, they're in love with me. There is no confusion. They're all about me. They're gushing with love for me. They're so emotionally open. Get rid of all this crap like, oh, they're wounded or they're guarded. It's not about them, guys. It's about you and then how you perceive them. So you can check out my course or the link that I've provided in the description box of the video. So there's some kind of a plan to have a communication with you. And so let's have a look, guys, at some of the oracle cards, how this person's feeling. Okay, divine timing. This is the patience thing. I saw that Knight of Pentacles, guys, when I was shuffling. So you might feel like you're on the slow and steady track. It says runner, chaser. So you might feel like you are, confused. It goes back and forth. Divine timing, guys. Again, with I said to you, it's perhaps this person said, well, I'm not ready. But then what happens is, guys, see, things are not linear. If you follow me and you want to prescribe to what I say or what other teachers will tell you, it's not linear, okay? It's like divine timing. So if you cling to the idea that someone said at one point that they're not ready, you're persisting in that, or things are going to take time, you're the one. So everything on the outside is going to reflect you and your focus and your awareness. And it's not manipulation. You just slipped into another timeline and selected a different version of reality. Who you're being, no, they're ready for me now. They want me now. They love me. They want a relationship with me now, if that's what you want. Okay? But 1111, it could be like you feel, both of you might feel like this is a very strong connection. Here's the Hope card, okay? And the Star card. But there might be this whole thing around needing to heal pain, okay, divine timing. You can cut that short. There's the healed version that wants you right now when you make the decision that you're the version of you that is love, chosen, etc. And they absolutely do, okay? Soul contract, soulmates, partnership, spiritual union. Now, there is something here also to do with maybe, like I said to you, about building their career or whatever. And it says living beyond means, broke, fired, unemployed. Doesn't have to necessarily be unemployed, but there could be some issues there with career, etc. And then what else? Message communication. I said a couple of times, there is a communication coming through. It says conversation, expressing feelings. Oh, we've got double life. I wonder what that's all about. Secretive, mysterious, hiding information, sneaky. Listen, seems to be like all this confusion and mixed feelings. By the way, how are they feeling about you, Taurus? Okay, 7 of Cups. Maybe there's a mutual kind of not sure. Are you seeing other people? Because someone might also have, again, Taurus, so for you, you might feel like this person said, I'm not ready. And they're exploring their options and they're flirty and whatever. Like I said, this is not a commitment by the looks of it, if this is your reading, guys. They might also feel like you've got other people around you. I mean, this is again, mysterious. I literally said that, right? They also, by the way, Taurus, they might have some past pain where they were left, as I said. So they might have some like trepidation or hesitancy with commitment, this version, okay? If we hold people in the assumption they're a commitment phobe or they're not ready, etc., that's the version you keep experiencing. So law of assumption, assume no. They're totally the commitment type for me. I'm all they've ever wanted. They've never wanted anyone more than me. I am that I am. I am Taurus that has the relationship. Anyone I want always wants commitment with me, because you might, Taurus, that could be the wound. You might feel like this person's non-committal and it's triggering your wound, okay, of feeling that they're not committing to you and the mystery and all of that. So correct your story and then change the story of them. So I don't know, divine timing, etc., runner, chaser, throw it out the window, guys, fuck it in a bucket, as I say. Romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring. So they do have real feelings for you. If they seem to go confusing, guys, you just need to it's state shifting. Everything on the outside is always going to shift, but where you dwell dominantly, the state of you being like, no, they love me, of course they do, where your focus is, it grows, okay? And that's where you're going to see it. You're going to see them conform and show up differently. But there is a communication about feelings here coming through, even in this check-in. And we're shifting moment by moment, guys, okay? So it's not fortune telling. So Taurus, I hope that resonated for you, and I'm sending you guys so much love. And yeah, you can check out all my information, the Q&A about changing your assumptions, shifting awareness, or my course. It's all in the description box of the video. Either way, I'm sending you guys love, and I'm going to check in with you in 2 weeks' time.